I'm ready to start my birthday weekend right now, man.
It's the You Heard podcast, man. You see my guy over there, man. You know what I'm saying? Beginning the 4-day weekend, birthday weekend for the big dog. You know what I'm saying?
We out here, baldy and all that, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm looking like a early 2000s basketball player right now. You know, everybody's rocking the baldies back then.
looking real Xavier McDaniel in this motherfucker, man.
Word up. I look like I got 5 good fouls in me right now.
Son, you look like you got a solid 4 minutes and 5 fouls.
Facts.
One rebound.
Word.
One rebound.
Looking like Onyx out here, son.
Slam. All right. Hey, man, y'all know what it is, man. It's a You Heard podcast, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate all of it, man. You're on Spotify. On every episode, they ask you a question, what you think about the episode, man. Fill that out. Send us a screenshot, man. Let us know for a chance for a $25 gift card now because we over 1,100 subscribers on YouTube. So let's get it, man.
Let's get it.
Listen to this.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CP. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it.
No, let's talk about that right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what did you say? What are we talking about, man?
Get into it.
I feel keeping it a buck.
You heard?
Ooh, that's the new flavor, man. Tell us how you like the intro, man. Tell us how you like the remix.
Yep.
You know, it's a little flavor.
Yeah, man, we had to cook something up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had to cook something up for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit up my boy House Beats. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to him, man. He makes beats.
Don't tell him, son. Like, don't. Now we're gonna have a bunch of.
Nah, they ain't going Spanish with it, man. You know what I mean? They ain't going salsa. They'll go hip hop. My dog cooks, man. That's my guy, man. We were in the Army together, man. On it for almost 20 years, man. So salute to my guy House, man. Yo, man. So yesterday I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? We never talked before the show. We talk about other shit. So what stood out to me from yesterday's press conferences, game practice day 6. Today was practice day 7. Was all 4 linebackers, you know what I'm saying, seniors and like upperclassmen, I guess you could say, besides Wes, that's a sophomore, got to talk, man. Yo, KJ Cloyd was an impressive interview, man. Like, you could tell he's a much older guy, you know what I'm saying, real humble, like, just kind of laid it out there, like, yo, look, this is, you know what I'm saying, I'm leaving Louisville behind me. This is the new path. This is the new way. But he goes, I'm not ready for this heat. I was not ready for how hot it is outside. What were your impressions of KJ and the rest of the guys, being Corey, Wes, and all that, about what they had to say?
Yeah, man, young KJ, he seems very mature, ready to step up and take a leadership role. I really like the group, the linebacker group as a whole. Like, that's, and I wanted to get into that a little later, but that's the group I'm most excited about on the defense. I really want to see what type of strides they take in the defense. KJ, Flag, man. You know, people talk about Flag, but you know, Flag is
going to be
a middle linebacker. Like, he's a quarterback of the front 7, man, and he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. Whatever physical limitations he has, can't do nothing about that. Nope. But he's gonna be where he's supposed to be. He's gonna quarterback the defense. Kiko, you know what I mean? Looking forward to seeing him cook. Wes and the young guys, man. I can't wait to see it. But yeah, as a whole, I'm just looking forward to the whole group, you know, watching the whole group.
Yeah. What I picked up on, man, and it goes back to something we were talking about last week, because I made a mental note when I was listening to it, right? Flag was talking about I think it was Kiko goes, "Hey man, you flatten out. I think you drift when you're supposed to flatten out." Yeah, and he said that to us, right? Like to the press. Like that goes back to the Key Mezzador thing with Reuben Bain. Go, hey man, you're not doing the right, you're not giving us the right energy. You need to pick this up. Like that. Those two moments. Obviously, I'm not saying that goes. Oh, we're going 13-0. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that as far as a coach, but like those moments that they have the confidence to tell us when they weren't being 100 during their practice, right? Because that is something different that I don't remember them doing last year or years prior. You know, they always kind of kept it short. Yes, no, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They talk a little bit, but nothing like this. I appreciated that because it's one of those things that like it shows you again. Because when Flag said that, it wasn't like they asked him, "Hey, were there plays that you were kind of drifting when you were supposed to stay flat or anything like that?" He said that on his own and goes, "Yeah, Kiko checked me, and that made me better." Like he goes, look, all the complaints and things we've said about Flag in the past, me specifically, it's never been his effort or what he's willing to give you. It's always been the physical limitations that he has, the size, and he can't stop that, right? That's why I said it from the get-go. Like this guy's going to be a defensive coordinator. Like you could see it. I love this press conference, the confidence that he had, the way he carried himself. There's never anything personal or anything like that. Because why? Come on, he's a king, man. That doesn't change. Right. But yeah, I enjoyed that moment, and I like competition, man. I love it. I love the fact that you don't know if it's going to be KJ on one play or Wes on another, or if they're going to put Kiko or flip him with Flag or put Kiko and Flag, or the young boys that they were giving plenty of praise to. You know what I mean? That we'll get into in a second. Like it's a deeper room than we've had, and it seems like a more confident room that's willing to learn and willing to listen to each other, which is something that again, bullets aren't live yet. We don't know how when shit hits for real, how people are gonna react. That's gonna be when you really know if it's real. But yeah, I just appreciated that they gave us that nugget. Like, hey man, look, yeah, there was a play that I didn't do the right thing, and they checked me and we listened and then we learned and then we watched tape together. So that was dope.
Yeah, man, and the quality depth you mentioned. You know, this isn't the 80s, early 90s, early 2000s. You know what I mean? Offenses are running 70, 80, 90 plays a game, man. You can't be out there for 90 plays in 95-degree weather in South Florida. You can't do that. You know, you have to have backups. You have to have people, and you know, even if we're not calling them backups now, you know, if somebody's getting 30, the next person's getting 30 plays, and then another person's getting 20 plays. You know what I mean? You have to have the ability, the option to put someone else in. You know, you have to
have the trust.
That. Yeah, and the trust, man, especially in the front seven. That's where it gets physical at. It gets physical in them trenches. So you're gonna get mixed, you're gonna get banged up a little bit. You gotta have somebody else to come in and deliver the physical play. So it's dope that we're building that right now. Yes.
Yeah. Was it me or did KJ Chloe seem he was like he was 6'7"? You know what I'm saying? Like
listen, man, everybody in that room new to that room is big. I mean, Chase has been there. He's a monster. You know what I mean? KJ, the freshman, Kiko, they big. Wes, you know what I mean? They're listen, monsters in that room. Monsters in that room. I love it.
What's the average weight in there? It's like 6'2.5", 225. I think it's like the average weight. Yeah.
And we were talking about it earlier. These cats are not growing into that for the most part. These cats are coming in at 6'2", 215. You know what I mean? As 17-year-olds coming in like that. So, like we said, that makes it much easier to add the right weight on. You know what I mean? So,
I think Marcellus is the biggest, right? Like 6'4", 6'3", and like 235. I think Marcellus Pulliam is the biggest dude, and you just picked him up out of Georgia. Yeah,
and being able to run, you know what I mean, and being able to run. That's incredible, man. That's what you want. That's what you want. So,
I don't know. Like, I think one of the things that we talk about all the time, and I hear other shows talk about, like, oh, who's gonna start, but who's the starter? I think you gotta get your mind away from that, man. Like, you'll see the first 11 on offense and defense, but it's gonna be rotation, man, because players are gonna have certain skill sets that another player might not have. So some games one guy might cook, another one could cook. I think and I'm hoping, right, that players are just looking at this thing as, look, man, whatever we need to do to win. From what James Williams said to Akeem Mesidor being public about where he was lagging or flag, same thing. Like, it seems more of a team mindset because, look, as much as last year hurt, moving, you know what I'm saying, as much it was worse for the guys that stayed here, right? Like, because moving on, you can fresh start it. The 40 some players that stayed here from that 22 year, they're not happy about that shit either because this is their lives on the line. They want to make it to the league. You know what I mean? Got to put some good on tape, some good performances together, man. So it's different now.
Definitely different. Definitely. So what we talked about the linebacker group. Did you watch the interviews? You didn't watch the interviews today, right? You saw Coach Cristobal. Did you see TVD and
I hadn't got around to it because I was, punching in. So I was actually working today. I know you're gonna take your little shot. I was working today, so I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I was taking. Yeah, I was taking. Yeah, I mean, that, you know what I'm saying, twice a week. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? You gotta punch in. You gotta punch in when you punch in.
Yeah.
But I did catch some of the crystal ball. I hadn't seen the TVD stuff, but I told you before we hit record, I was like, oh, so the leaders spoke today. You know what I'm saying? Leader of the offensive line, Matt Lee, leader of the offense, TVD, leader of the defense, Cam. Yeah, it made sense. What things that they said today stood out to you? Did you pick up any nuggets? Because remember, it's not always like what the reporter asked. Sometimes like it could just be in the response you pick up little things that you think might be different. Because you keeping it a buck, you hear things differently than I do, right? Like I'm looking for like that culture mentality type stuff. You listen because you play ball. You know what I'm saying? Your son plays ball. You hear a press conference differently than I do.
Well, I'm listening for the, like I mentioned this before. There's things you have to say in the interview. So right. you can't say, yo, this cat is trash. Like I don't even know why they offer him a scholarship. You can't say no shit like that. You know what I mean?
You can say it on the field. You can say it on the field when you talk. Yeah.
I like the fact that they discuss their teammates. So Cam, they'll ask him how is Caleb Spencer doing, or how is Markeith picking up the defense, stuff like that. And I like to listen to that. They'll ask Matt Lee about Inez Cooper. He talked about Inez Cooper, how big he is, how smart he is, how he picks up the protections and the calls quick, and that's something that I want to hear. Cam discussing, the culture change. Cam discussing how, it's just more business-like, man. It's more cats are more involved and more engaged. Like he said before, you can now criticize somebody without backlash. You can ask questions without someone catching an attitude, and that's just dope. And I think that will show on the field, because that brings a sense of more of a sense of family and more of a sense of a brotherhood. Because in football, man, you have to feel like your brother's right next to you. Like you're playing with your brother. You have to. Because you're going to go hard. Like imagine your brother next to you going to tackle somebody.
Yeah.
Or playing you have to feel that. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to feel like, yo, I got to be with my brother. I got to run through the wall for my brother. I got to make this tackle for my brother. And it sounds like they're getting to that, so that's what I gather when I listen to everybody talk. So,
yeah. What anything that Coach Cristobal said that stood out, or was it just let's keep it a book, right? Like it's a press conference. Chances are he just goes pure coach speak. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah. Nothing, man. He just ran down. People ask him who's doing well. Who can he pinpoint? And he glowingly talks about Reuben Bain. That's really like you could tell his like eyes twinkle, son, when he talks about Reuben Bain, when he talks about Ray.
He's special, man.
When he talks about Ray, man. And that's what we want to hear, right? And we know Coach Cristobal that the work isn't done. He just ready to work. He just ready to get it in, ready to get back in the office, ready to get back on the field. So that's the main thing about him, man. So
yeah. No, definitely. That's definitely what I got from him too. It's just, he like lit up. He like his posture changed when he started talking about Reuben Bain. Like, let me not tell you how I really feel, but I'm just like, he's, you know what, he's all right. He's doing good. Yeah, man. I think Reuben Bain is one of those like true freshmen calling out a senior. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment of Key Mesidor said that last week. That's kind of all I needed to know about Reuben Bain's mentality. You know what I mean? Because it was like the first practice or the second practice, and he's like, "Yo, man, you got to pick it up, bro. We're not doing that shit no more here." And that was last year. This is different now. Yeah, Reuben Bain is beyond special, man. Can't wait to see him on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Do some cooking. Yo, man. I was listening to Through the Smoke, right? And they were talking about depth charts and just kind of like where we. I know our depth isn't where we want it to be in certain spots and stuff like that. But they brought up something that I hadn't thought of. Just because I was never in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a foxhole in the military, so I kind of understand it and through that lens. But they were talking about like losing a locker room because like locker room politics, right? Like if a certain player A, right? Because I don't want to say player A is being outperformed by player B, but player A is more liked because he's been there longer, and player B is a younger player, more talented. You know what I'm saying? Flashes more and gives you more, but player A is more liked. Like how do you, as somebody who was in a locker room, and you know what I'm saying, and now that your son's in a locker room, I'm sure you and your son have conversations that only you two would understand. Like, how is that dynamic managed? You know what I mean? Because like you see, like, yo, why isn't this dude on the field? But you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this is like a political situation with that whole thing. How did that stuff get handled?
If that's still happening, then that's an issue. But it's really, man, about understanding football, man. Like, all right, so you have a freshman that's more talented, right? You have a freshman that's faster, strong, probably not stronger, but faster, just more athletic, just knows how to get to the ball or whatever. But you have a junior that's good. He's good physically, but he knows what he's doing on that field. He knows how to line everybody up. It's about trust. You have to trust. You trust who you trust. As a coach, you have to be able to know that when I put this player out there, he's gonna know what he's doing. He's gonna know the assignment. He's gonna be where he's supposed to be at. He's gonna calm everybody else down around him. And he's gonna know the calls. You know what I mean? So,
got you.
That has to be how you look at it. and that has to be how everyone else views it, because there's going to be more talent. There's going to be talented players that are not getting the playing time that they're supposed to get, that we think they're supposed to get. But we're not in the building.
Nope.
And the people who are watching practice watch practice for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're not in the team meeting room. You know, a lot of coaching staff give out tests. People may not know that. They give out tests before practice. They give out tests before the game to see what you know. And if young athlete A doesn't know what he's doing, how you going to put him on the field? Can't do it.
Yeah.
So,
you
know, it's a lot that goes into it, man. And the leaders on the team have to make sure that locker room doesn't get like that. The leaders on the team have to nip that in the bud, you know, quick. So,
yeah, because like when I heard that, I was like, man, that's a dope conversation, because I definitely wanted your perspective. And it's not to say that, like, because that's the part that was missing from it, right? Like that deeper context of like the reason why player B can't get on is because he can't do everything player A can. Yes, more talented, faster, all these things, gets to the ball fast, does all that stuff, but can only do it on 3 plays. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows exactly what to do every step on 3 plays, maybe 5 or 6, a little bit better, but not as. But player A knows 22 plays, like the back of his hand, and knows what everybody has to do. I think that's when, like, that's the context that sometimes I miss when I'm just like, yo, this guy's clearly better. I mean, me personally, I was like, yo, like, this guy's faster. I was like, no, but you got to understand it's deeper than that. And the thing they said last week, and you mentioned it on the show, after every practice, the coaching staff sits down and evaluates practice the whole
every practice,
and every practice. So the depth chart constantly changes. So right there, that's breeding competition, right? Because West could be cute, you know what I'm saying, on starting linebacker one day, might be at number 3 the next day, behind, you know what I'm saying, depending on how Popo or Malik or Marcel or anybody perform. That breeds competition. So while what we're gonna have to understand is, again, is like who the starting 11 is game 1 might not be the same for game 2. It might be different for game, because it's constantly being evaluated. This is also a business in the sense, like, you have to realize at the end of the year who you have to really focus on in recruiting. You know what I'm saying, in that little bit of span before a bowl game, and who you have to look at in the transfer portal, and who you have to ship out in the transfer portal. All those things are being constantly evaluated. So this shit is way deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, first, second, third down. This shit is so much deeper.
Way deeper, man. And think about how you have to process, man, when you're on the field, when you're live, when you're at practice. Most likely you do something, the coach will say something, he'll be like, nah, you need to be here, or you need to look at this, or whatever. When you're in Hard Rock, you have to process a lot of things. You have to process the play. You have to pre-snap. There's pre-snap movement going on. If you're playing defense, the receiver's going in motion. There's pre-snap keys you have to look at. When the ball is snapped, you have to process quick. So if you haven't played a lot of football at the college level and you're not sure about what's going on in your defense, that takes seconds off your reaction time. So, you know,
which is the whole play.
Running fast. You know what I mean? You know, they're running a stretch to the right, and you're hesitant. Now the lineman's able to work up and block you and seal you, stop you from getting to the stretch because you stop, you pause for a second. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what you're doing fully.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Man. You got to have people you trust out there. So,
yeah, that's what it comes down to. When you gotta have people that you trust on every play. Yes, there's gonna be rotation because there's gonna be guys. I'm saying like K4, Flag, you know what I'm saying, Cam, James. You're gonna have. I mean, Cam is Cam. Like that's Sharpie in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's locked in there. but you're gonna have people out there that you might not expect because the coaching staffs trust them, man, and it's gonna be different. And yet, you'll see the young guys sprinkled in there from time to time, man. There's gonna be games when we should be, winning decisively, that they'll get their burn and they'll be able to get some live. That's
why that's so important. That's why it's so important to blow cats out that we supposed to blow out, man. So these young guys can get that college experience, man. It's important, man. It's very important.
Yeah, because what Kiko? Kiko he's a senior now. He's a junior, right?
I don't know. I think he's a junior.
Yeah, I think he's a junior. So KJ Cloyd is gone. So there's gonna be open spots. You got linebackers in recruiting. So that's true. You need that experience. Like we might be thinking about it as trash time, but that's game time. That's something they can put on tape to start learning the process and how it all goes. So you said earlier that linebacker is that position group that you're most excited about. Yeah. Is that because of the young ones or of the older leadership in the room, or all of it? What specifically?
So there's
got
only,
you almost ready to tell lies.
Nah. Nope.
Well, I'm just gonna keep saying that to one that you just agree with me. I think I'm a shoot or shoot, man. Shoot or shoot. I'm shooting 1% right now, but I'm still in the league. You know what I mean?
So in the base defense, right? There should be 2 linebackers. There's only 2 linebackers, right? So the amount of talent in the room, and man, to me, like linebackers set the physical tone for me on the defense. Mm-hmm. Like when a linebacker comes through and smacks somebody, smacks a running back. Yeah, man. And having linebackers who can run, like when we had our recent history at linebacker, but when who's the linebacker? The three linebackers when we had
Shaq, Michael Pinkney,
and the other cat,
Zach McLeod, wasn't it?
Zach McLeod, yeah, man. Gosh, I'm getting the blame. But that was the last time I was excited about the linebacking core. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a long time. I don't even know how long ago that was. I just know those names.
They weren't world beaters, by any means. But for what we were doing, that shit was man. Shaq was smacking people, man, and he was a smaller backer, but he got to the ball. He knew what he was supposed to be doing. Pickney was athletic. He made some big plays, man. He made some big plays, and McLeod early on was making huge plays too. But yeah, man, I'm just all the bodies in the room, the size of the backers, and the way Guidry's defense is set up for them to run and make plays, man. So I'm excited about that.
So there was one name that all of them mentioned as far as the young guys. All the older, there was one.
Oh, Paul.
Yeah. Saying he's picking up the defense. You know what I'm saying? Balling out, a study junkie by all accounts. Loves to study film, loves to study tape, loves to study the playbook. It's kind of been an open secret, right? How special Mark Fletcher is on the offensive side of the ball, right? Like just that he'll everything is already leading to him maybe being the guy, towards the middle end of the season, wherever he lands. That's just, those are the rumors, those are the things we'll be hearing just because Mark Fletcher is special. Could Popo be the defensive side of Mark Fletcher? As far as that young guy to possibly take, take some snaps from guys that you thought would be getting the majority of the snaps.
Fam, that's going to be a ridiculous battle I think towards the end of the year and going into next spring, man, like Popo, Malik Bryant, Marcellus, back of Bobby, West coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Cam Pruitt coming through. That's gonna be that's gonna be wild, son. That's gonna be wild, and I can't wait. Like I'm saying, man, I can't.
You still have,
and
you still have Kiko. You might still have Kiko
if he comes back. Yeah, if he comes back.
If he
has a big year this year, I think he'll probably bounce. But
yeah, which bounce go ahead, because if you had a big year, that means we had a big year, and so I'm good with that.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's gonna be, woo. Yeah, but Popo, when we early on when we first started this, we talked about Popo a lot, man, and yeah, Popo got it, man. Size, smarts, speed, can run.
Yep. It hits you. He hits you.
Yeah, I think he could play middle. Or outside. So
yeah, man. Yeah, linebackers just. I feel the same way about it. I think they just set the tone, man. Linebackers and like D tackles to me are those two positions. That's why like D tackle, we're hearing like the Branson Dean might be the other starter. Practice 7, but he does. You know what I'm saying? He is special at rushing the passer. What from what you've heard, what you've read, what I'm saying, all that stuff. What other positions are you more excited about than you? What position are you excited about that you thought that you didn't know you were going to be?
The DB room. All the DBs. You know what I mean? Corner. I get that star and safeties. You know what I mean? So the safeties, it's really because of Coach Guidry's scheme, man. Like the versatility of the scheme, and he's a safety coach.
Yeah.
So what he does with the safeties, Jaden Harris, man, we saw a little bit at the spring game. The versatility, and I didn't mention this earlier, but Cam talked glowingly about Jaden Harris, man. He said Jaden Harris is probably the best cover safety in the room. So that
come on board the Jaden Harris, bro. We're driving the fuck out that bandwagon. It's a spring game. I was like,
we saw a lot of it. We saw it, man. We saw it. So, man, and I like Jaden Davis and Couch at slot. You know what I mean? James, I think, is going to have a huge year.
Yeah.
Cam, man, Markeith. I'm looking at Brian Bent. Like, I think Caleb Spencer. I think it's just going to be crazy. And then I'm really curious about how the cornerback room shapes up, because I think we're going to play a lot of man. So we got to have them corners that can play man. We got to have the corners that can play man, that can be physical. So yeah, that's that.
Because all our corners are big, right? All our corners are almost linebackers, 6'1", 6'2", or Damari 6'1", I think almost 6'2", like 6'1 3/4 or whatever. Devontae 6'2", almost 6'3". He's a bigger corner. Jadeus Richard is, you know what I'm saying, by all accounts, locking it down over there on the other side. Yeah, man, but the thing that I go back to, man, we haven't seen none of these guys. We saw the safeties last year. We haven't seen a single one of these players in that green and orange and in this scheme. You know what I'm saying? We hear again, like all media only watches 20 minutes. Most of it is stretching. You get to see a couple plays, maybe some 7-on-7. Only the coaches know, and some other people that are in the building. But I think that's what worries me, right? Is like all these like measurables are there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, but they're bigger, stronger, faster, because they are. Like, that's just those things that are measured. They are stronger, bigger, and all that shit. But it's like I haven't seen them. So that's all like that's what keeps me grounded, right? That's what keeps me from starting to tell lies. I mean, we big as fuck. Fuck all y'all. Look how big our safeties. Look how big my other safety is that isn't the All-American. That's 6'5" and has every measurable you can imagine. Look at my corners and all, but I'm just like, man, but I don't know what Jadaeus is. He has some games at Vanderbilt. I didn't watch a lot of Vanderbilt last year. I mean, I couldn't tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot up in the air, but it's like 50-50 for me. Like it's a lot of like, man, I don't know until like, man, but if you know what I'm saying, like if they hit the way they, you know what I'm saying, like if they cook the way Gidry can cook with them, it'd be dope.
Yep. And there's a lot of people saying we won't know until we play Texas A&M. That shouldn't be the mentality, man. We're gonna know
Miami,
after
Ohio.
the first game. Yes.
Yeah, Miami Ohio.
Ohio's a D1 school too. They play football too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They you know what
Good
I mean? They
defense.
working out. They're working out.
Mm-hmm.
They had a spring. You know, they lift weights. They in the weight room too, man. They want to win too. You know, so we're gonna know during that game as well. You know, we're gonna know if we play down to our competition. We're gonna know that early. We're gonna know, you know, if we can't run the ball at will, we're gonna know. We're gonna see that. Because if we can't run the ball against them, what we gonna run the ball against?
And if we can't make adjustments, right? Because again, they play football too. If we can't make adjustments, if those adjustments don't hit, if we're in the fourth quarter, we're in a tight game, you know what I'm saying? Because we're doing that look ahead shit that fans want to do, like, oh, A&M's the game. Given, yes, we'll be there. It'll be an orange out. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, rock some more to that game. But Miami of Ohio, this like, oh, Texas A&M is the one. Fam, we're not ranked in anything. Like we're not entitled to we're not entitled to shit. Like nothing. Like Miami, game 1, day 1. That's it. And game 2, day 2. That's all that is. So that looking ahead shit, it's unnecessary. That's not what you want to do, man. Because if last year didn't tell you not to look ahead, then you're never gonna learn that shit. Then you're always just gonna be like, oh no, but it's that Florida State game that matters. There are big games on the schedule, but every game matters, man. This is a whole new team from last year. They have to gel, work together. That game 1 might be tighter than you think, and then you're gonna be scared going into A&M. What if they were just, you know what I'm saying, dusting off the cobwebs and it's a totally different team that shows up Saturday afternoon on the 8th or the 9th?
Yeah, and I think it will be. I think it. Yeah, man, I'm blurry again.
Blurry as fuck. Yeah, you good now. There you go.
I think it will be. I think it will be like, again, it's the first game, new systems on both sides. I think we're gonna start. Hopefully we start fast, but you know what I mean? If we start slow, we start slow, man. But as long as we get it together, get the cobwebs out, get the rust out, get the nervousness out, because best believe, Miami of Ohio gonna throw the kitchen sink at us just like MTSU did.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Best believe they're gonna go deep. They're gonna go deep probably early and often. You know what I mean? They're gonna test you out the gate. They're gonna bring blitzes from every. They're gonna see if TVD's shoulder is healthy. You know what I mean? They're gonna see what this O-line is about, this new look O-line. They're gonna test you early, man. You know, early and often. So, you know, they're gonna see what this receiver core is about. Last year, people put 8 in the box and said, yo, throw the ball. I don't think your receivers can get off these jams. I don't think your receivers can get open.
And they were right. And they were right. And they were right.
You know, so they're gonna see
if
that's still the case early. So, you know, we're gonna have to do what we gotta do. But as long as we handle that business, which I think we should, then you know, be all right. But we definitely can't overlook. Hell no. We don't have that luxury.
Hell no.
We don't have that luxury.
That is long gone. No, we ain't no overlooking shit here. Every game matters, man. Every single game, not just the road games, not just the marquee games. If you ain't a star chaser, you don't care about. You care about every single game, because every single game on the schedule matters. Because you start strong, recruiting matters. You start slow, recruiting takes a fucking hit. So you gotta be thinking 3D chess in this motherfucker, man. It's different now, man. Yeah, Miami of Ohio definitely matters. You're gonna be in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look, he's so subtle. That's my big brother right there. He's just so subtle.
Welcome to Caneswear.
Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all the latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Yeah, that's how you know my internet wasn't good right there. That's usually the test. It didn't respond right away. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We do the best we can out here. Yo, man, Caneswear, you know what I'm saying? New stores coming. New stores coming soon. We got the official date, but Brett didn't say if we could say it just yet. So,
and not yet, man. They waiting for me to come down. They waiting for me to come down, man. They going, yeah.
No, yeah. I'm gonna walk through. I'm gonna walk through it this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, let's calm down there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brett. He did let us know little behind the scenes. He's got 9 pallets from Adidas, so it looks like the new 2023. You know what I'm saying? Shirts and merch is coming.
That's what I'm waiting for, man. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, man. That's the family.
Brett and Jeff, man.
I'll be down there this weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? After Canes Fest. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you saying that Canes too much. Listen, you saying that a little too much. Like, you don't need to keep reiterating.
I'm going to be at Canes Fest. Is what I feel like the people need to know. You know what I mean? I am
you don't
going
have
to be at Canes Fest.
Reiterating that you're going to be down there, son. Like,
I'm saying I'm gonna see JD. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see JD. I'm gonna see my guy Poke. I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see the team. I'm gonna see all the degenerate squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see the people. You know what I'm saying? While you look, I'll take plenty of shorts. You know what I'm saying? YouTube shorts so you can know what's happening. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna be televised. Neither will the revolution. You know what I mean? Okay. So this is just what it is. It's your birthday weekend. You enjoy it.
It's gonna be ill when I pop up. It's gonna be ill when I pop up, son. It's gonna be ill when I pop up on you. Yeah,
you're not popping up. Yeah. You're not popping up.
When you see a glizzy flying through the air, so.
Just what is that? Just no.
A glizzy with mustard on it, so flying through the air.
Son, Poke hit me was like, if anybody throw a hot dog at you, I'm throwing one right back, but it's coming 90 miles an hour. It's like, calm down, son. Like, don't. I'm gonna hire you as my. Yeah, exactly. Out there throwing a fastball to 2-seamer, man. Wilding.
Right. So yeah, you can't grip a glizzy. Poke, you can't grip a glizzy like that, man. You know
it'll slip right your hand, man. You smash that shit. just crumbles up in his hand. Like the fucking snap from Thanos. Just nothing.
You can't grip a glizzy, man. For real.
Hey man, so this is the first time. Obviously, you go back way further than me, but I can't remember a time that they've opened up.
Wait, okay. Just throw back.
Good.
I'm gonna let you get yours off.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Little early birthday roast. Yes. Yeah, so I can't remember a time that they've opened up practice and it's gonna be like a full scrimmage in their first one. So what do you look for in a scrimmage? Like, how can you read anything? You know what I mean? Because they have to, like, I'm assuming they have to practice, right? Like, they have to, like, really get it in because they need their first scrimmage to get something on tape to be able to evaluate. But isn't it also, like, keeping it a buck, isn't it also a risk? Like, because you don't know who's going to be in the crowd. You know what I mean? Could be some spies out there.
Yeah. They're not doing anything that would warrant, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to run any special plays, any special coverages, and again, man, defensive football, man, is man or zone. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, they're not gonna show any special blitzes or special coverages, disguises, or nothing like that. You know, it'll just be to see if
reaction
who's gonna tackle, who's gonna catch the ball. You know, who's gonna play man, who's gonna break tackles, you know what I mean? Protection.
Yeah. Who's
gonna protect, who's gonna get pressure. That's all. You can't, you know, there's gonna be no secret, you know, type of plays and nothing like that. So
yeah, I wasn't expecting them to do like double reverses. You know what I mean? I'm looking, you know what I'm looking. So you asked me on the last show, Like, what am I looking to see? I'm looking to see the starting O-line.
Okay,
because we didn't get to see
against
that, right?
The starting D line, because the D line was out. So you're gonna see LT, JHH, everybody,
Get to see Branson Dean, get to see the transfers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see what Anthony Campbell, like, see anybody, like all the bodies that we didn't get to see during spring. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see Jadeus, if that coverage is really about it. You know what I'm saying? Devontae was already here. You know what I'm saying? But Damari, see what he does. See if, like, all the hype behind Mark Fletcher, because if he busts out a 65-yard run, my tweet gonna be real basted in lies, man. Like, hey, listen, let's
get to see Shimmy. You get to see Shimmy if Shimmy's real, because everybody talking about how special he is with the ball in his hand. You get to see Shimmy.
They said like this is when you really see it, man. Like when he puts the pads on, because he becomes a running back. So I'm excited to see Shimmy. I'm excited to see Jacoby. You know what I'm saying? I want to see consistency from him. He's been here the longest. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be the leader.
It's been said that he's the best route runner in the room. So
yeah. So I'm excited to see, because he did do well at spring game, keeping it a buck. He caught everything. He, I'm saying, a couple of the little clips that have come out. He's caught some nice balls, so that's dope for him. So I'm just looking to see. I just want to see like what Javion, like what a first round potential, guard looks like, because I can't remember the last time I saw that in orange and green. I want to see, I want to see what Matt Lee does leading the offensive line. Like, I want to look at the trenches, like, to get to see that, like, Javion Cohen versus LT, what that looked like.
Definitely pay attention to Jalen Rivers at left tackle, because we had questions, right? You know what I mean? In spring, it was his first time, really out there. So definitely see you can probably pinpoint the progression from spring till now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At left tackle.
I'll say, like,
and Francis at right tackle
spring,
too.
Yeah, I'll say from spring he seemed like to be not a step slow, because that's not being realistic, but he seemed to be thinking a lot. Right, first time ever doing it, because Cyrus Moss cooked him a couple times. Sure. I mean, Jalen Rivers has Cyrus Moss by a good amount, but Cyrus Moss got that bend around him and was in the backfield right there with Reuben Bain cooking the transfer portal offensive guard. You know what I mean? So it's I'm looking forward to see that. I'm looking forward to seeing all of it, and it's gonna be a cool experience. Just because, I've never been there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying it. I'm excited just for that, and the fact that it's the first time they've ever done a scrimmage, which is dope. So you know what I'm saying, and then getting to meet the players and the coaches and just that whole thing. I'm really excited about it, man. It's gonna be dope.
And
so if y'all see me, man,
looking towards the second who after the starters that we can count
number
on.
2.
You know what I mean? Who gonna come in at center? Who's backing up? Who's backing up Matt Lee, man? Lawrence Seymour gone.
Yeah.
Tow truck. I think Jonathan Dennis is the backup. Yeah, he's the backup. He's a lefty. That was the problem. How's that? How's that been rectified? Who's coming in at the guard spot, backing up the young boys. Tripp. How Tripp looking. So
how Bruno looking? Because he wasn't here.
Logan Sagapola, has he stepped up? So yeah. Samson,
because we need depth. Like, gotta see. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have 9, right? Like, it'd be the starting 5, and then like 3, maybe 4 for depth in case. You know what I'm saying? A rotation, a pulled little hammy, and one getting for a couple plays. Like, it'd be nice to have that and have some knowledge and see if they've elevated their game. Like, we hear Jalen Rivers looks better than ever. You know what I'm saying? He's lost weight. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of weight, like 4 or 5 pounds, but down like a crazy percentage, 3 or 4%. Yeah. So he's been he's changed his body. So that shows dedication to his craft. So shout out to that. So see how he looks. Maybe that's why he was a little bit too heavy for the position in spring. I was like, nah, I gotta look at this. And maybe he did the same shit LT did, hired a chef, learn how to eat, learn what to put in their body. So yeah, I'm hoping to see some improvement, and just it's that weird thing where, like, I want the offensive line to dominate because our offense looks so bad. But, like, I don't want them to dominate so much where I'm like, we have no pass rush. You know what I'm saying? We're like, it's just because it's us versus us. So it's a weird thing to like evaluate. But yeah, tackling is one thing that I don't want to see any arm tackles. I don't want to, I don't want to see any broken tackles. I want to see where the play is supposed to stop. That's where it stops. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna see it though.
I know. And I'm gonna be here we go.
It's gonna happen. No, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
What if Popo's number 2? I'll be like, number one soon come. No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like at that middle or at that was it the field side, the wheel linebacker? Like he could, if he does that, yeah, I might start telling lies about Popo. Like I might be like, hey, or telling the truth. Like, hey man, he took it because he earned it.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, man. It's dope. It's gonna be dope. Yeah, man. Excited to. Hey, man. If y'all see me at Canes Fest, you know what I'm saying, I'll be walking around with probably AB and Ben. You know what I'm saying, Pope Kane. You know what I'm saying, say what's up, man. Shout out to you, Herb, man. You know what I'm saying, we'll snap a couple pictures, man. I ain't no celebrity, man. We just say what's up. If y'all want to debate it, chop it up about something, we'll chop it up, man. But I'll probably be making lines trying to meet as many players and coaches as possible, man. So this is what it is.
Definitely. Can't wait, man. Can't wait for the weekend for my guy to see what's going on. I can't wait for the first game, Labor Day weekend. You know,
yes, sir.
We'll be in the building. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Hey, yo, if anybody listens, man, you know what I'm saying, hit us up. You know what I'm saying, on the You Heard Pod DM or our DM. Y'all see the names here, man. You know what I'm saying, trying to see what's popping for that A&M game. Let's just put it out, like let's see what's popping, man. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. You know what I'm saying? Holler at us. All right, man. You know, short and sweet, man. Y'all know how we do, man. We cook quick. It's that You Heard podcast.
Hey, yo, real quick.
But I already did the you, though. Okay.
CB, right. Put them wrap snacks down. All right? Yeah. Put them wrap snacks down and get to work, man.
PSA.
All right, CB? Talking to you. You know what I mean?
Public service announcement. Fucking
food,
FDA.
Skittle flavored wrap snacks down or something. Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Do better, CB. That should have me running when he goes, I'm gonna teach you how to do this fat thing. I'm like, yeah, I think I got that on lock. Hey man, it's that You Heard podcast, man. We out.